Bloody hell, didn't realise I was at sunset. So before we get into this video proper, a little bit of a disclaimer from me. You see, I envisage this video to be a nice epic adventure up through Snowdonia, get some fantastic photography and put it down into a nice long video for you guys to watch. Unfortunately, things didn't quite work out that well. The memory card I was using in the camera I used to record video became corrupt, and when it came to recovering what I could off that memory card, I couldn't recover everything. So quite a lot of B-roll, quite a lot of footage from when I come back down from Llynedwell is gone, and there's nothing I can do about that, apart from book another trip, which I might just do. But I'll put together the video, what I've managed to salvage. I'll also put a few clips about the images as well, so that you can, I try and sort of get over what it was I experienced when I was up in North Wales. Despite losing all the footage, I had an absolutely fantastic time, an absolutely amazing weekend, and I've got to do it again. So I will also be running a workshop soon, to North Wales Photography Workshop, so that's going to be up on my website shortly, and I'll encourage you guys to have a little look and see if it's something which you would be interested into. Hi guys, thanks for coming back, and first of all I do apologise for it being so long between my last video and this one. Reason for that is I've been suffering with hay fever terrible this year. Only the past few years I've started suffering with it, but for someone who likes to get outdoors to photograph landscapes, it's a bit of a problem. You can probably hear I'm still bunged up now. My sinuses are just full, and my ears, and, it's horrible. So I thought, let's bite the bullet, let's get out, let's get a photograph, don't let it hold me back. So I've brought myself up to Snowdonia. I'm up in the Ogwen Valley. You just see behind me is Llynedwell, and down over that way is Llynogwell. Oh, look, you see my tent there as well. That's right, I'm doing a little bit of wild camping tonight as well, because not only am I going to try and photograph sunset, I'm going to try and photograph sunrise as well. So, camera set up on the tripod. I got the 24-70 2.8 with me today. Reason why I bought that is because I like a big vista. I like the big image, and I had to think of weight as well. Now the 70-200 I've got is a 2.8 lens, and it weighs an absolute ton, so coming up here it was just going to add unnecessary weight. So I have to look at getting myself an f4. So if anyone's got a 70-200 f4, let me know what it's like, because I'm very interested in those lenses to bring up into the mountains here. So yeah, as I say, got the camera on the tripod. Got Llynedwell now in the background, and also let me just sort of see up around here, we got some lovely sun just coming onto Tryfan. Now I love this mountain, Tryfan. If you sat down and you said to a child, draw me a mountain, that's what they would draw. I absolutely love it, and there's a little bit of red glow starting to kiss it at the moment. There's also quite a few high altitude clouds as well. Now the sun's setting that direction, so the light's coming this direction, and I'm hoping it's going to light all these clouds up behind us, get some colour and get some texture going in the sky. Should make for a nice beautiful sunset, and then sunrise is going to come from that direction, and that should light everything up this way. So I've got best of both worlds really. I've got nice sunsets, I've got nice sunrises. So the grand sunset I envisaged when I planned this shoot didn't happen. And it didn't happen because the cloud come down and it just didn't catch. There was no colour in the sky, there was nothing, and it didn't really make an interesting image. I mean, this is the panorama which I managed to get from the area. So have a little look and see what you think of this one. But to me, I'm not 100% sure it's actually worked. But what I did do is, as I was setting the tent up, I swung the camera around because the sky to the west had just started igniting this beautiful, beautiful pink and orange glow, which you can see there. And so I thought I'd try the classic shot with the tent in the scene with the sunset. Now I had to bracket this image because the sky was still just that little bit too bright, and the foreground and the rest of the image was still in shadow. And because I wanted the tent illuminated as well, I had to put a little light in there. So what I'd done with that is I'd done a little long exposure with that, about 20-second long exposure I think with the tent. And I had my head torch, so I set the timer up on the camera, set that off, run down into the tent, waited for the shutter to release, shone my light around, done a bit of light painting inside the tent. And then when we got to it, then I had the three images and I just blended them all together to produce this image.
So I've just come back down to the tent because I don't think you can see the sky is starting to really come to life now. And I want the classic image with the tent in the shot and the sky in the background as well. So I'm bracketing my exposures at the moment. I'm doing 3 exposures, 2 stops under, correct stop, 2 stops over, and then it's just a case of just blend them together then in Lightroom. One under, correct exposure, and over. So there we go. So I'll blend those in together in Lightroom and see what we get. I might go stick a light down in the tent now. It's just down there. Might go stick a light down in that just to see, you know, if we can get a bit more life, a bit more colour to it. I've come back into the tent now because I've just been doing some shots on the outside of the tent with the light on, and I think they worked. Let's have a little look. So yeah, so I've come back in now. I'm going to try and get some sleep for a few hours. The sun will be up shortly, and yeah, we'll try and get a nice little sunrise. So I'll see you in a few hours. Night night.
Good morning. Welcome to Snowdonia. Hay fever's playing up again this morning. My eyes are a little bit puffy, as you can see. A reasonably good night's sleep, but it's amazing how much snot one can produce with hay fever. I must have gone through 1 or 2 packs of tissues during the night, just with snot. Ugh. Anyway, you can see the sun starting to cast some colours in the sky. So I'm actually photographing down the valley because there's a little bit of a cloud inversion going on. I said last night there was probably one going to happen, and there's the rumblings of one. Not an amazing one, but there's definitely one going on. So if I just show you what I can see. This is what my composition is sort of looking like as well this morning. So again, I'm at 24mm, f11, ISO 100. That's giving me a 1 second exposure, and that's just enough to capture that bit of a cloud inversion going on down at the bottom of the valley there. But as soon as the sun comes up, it's just going to burn that cloud away. So I thought I'd photograph it now while we're here. Looking back up the valley. Noctilucent. Again, you see a bit of colour in the sky. There's a stunning red. I don't know if you can see it or not. There's a stunning red in the sky. Just starting to come up over there. I'm cheating this morning. I'm actually sitting in the tent getting this photograph. Super lazy, I know, but where else can you get a view like this on your doorstep? Absolutely amazing, absolutely stunning, beautiful, beautiful. So just thought I'd get a brew on, a bit of breakfast. I've got Morrison's, the best maple pecan porridge pot. Got the water boiling. Let's give this a go, and then we're going to pack up, head back down the valley, and I think we're going to do some of the shots which everyone does. We've got the boathouse just down at Noctilucent, so I think that's going to be one which I'm going to get, a shot which I'm going to get today. And I think we might make our way over the other side of the valley and find that tree, and we'll go photograph that as well. I've got a hotel booked for later, so I'm not going to be spending another night on the mountain. I think we'll go across to South Stack Lighthouse. We get a little bit of photography done over there. Somewhere I've always wanted to photograph, so as soon as I'm up this way, let's give it a go.
Now, as I was coming down from the mountain, I bumped into two photographers, Chris Williams and Helen Isles, and got chatting to them. They were running a little workshop down there. It's actually quite a fantastic workshop they were running. It was called The Longest Day, and basically they started out sunset the day before, and they'd been out all through the night to sunrise. And it was a well subscribed workshop, and it seems like it's quite fun, so that might be something I might look into joining on to next year, because it looked actually quite fun. But we got chatting, I was explaining where I was going to go, where I wanted to see, what some of the shots I wanted to do, and it was suggested to me that I go across to Penmon. Penmon is on the north coast of Anglesey. It's got a black and white little lighthouse there.
Good evening, still up in North Wales. Trying something different tonight. Got Penmon Lighthouse behind me, sun setting. So I've been playing with a bit of long exposure photography with this one. Also the Bioluminescence apparently is visible around this area tonight, so I might hang on up around here a little bit. But got the camera there, I've got a big stop on the front of it, just go for a bit of minimalist images at the moment. I've got a nice portrait one earlier, I've got to film that one, typical. But there's a nice one now because there's nothing on the horizon. I decided to split the image between sea and sky. So I've got a two-stop hard edge neutral density filter, splitting the image in half. I've got a polarizer on the front of it, but I don't think it's making much of a difference, so I might actually take that off. And I've got the big stopper It's given me around about a 15-second exposure to f11 ISO 100 at the moment. So, what do you think of this image? Let me know.
There were lots of shots of these Noctilucent clouds doing the rounds. So I thought I'm going to have a go at getting some of these. So I made my way up to there for sunset and set up. I was on my own. The beach was empty, absolutely empty it was, and we had these lovely clouds sort of start appearing in the sky towards midnight. Now these clouds are very, very high up in the sky. They're right on the edge of space, pretty much, and you can only photograph them this time of year because the sun doesn't actually set. It just sort of skims below the horizon, so they still light bouncing off at an angle, and it lights these clouds up. This is the only time of year you can catch them. So as I was sat there waiting, the photographer I met earlier, Chris Williams, he came down onto the beach as well. Remember me from earlier? Again, we got chatting, and he mentioned that he'd come up to try and capture some bioluminescent plankton. Now, I've seen images of this in the past, I've seen footage, video footage of this in the past, but I've never witnessed it with my own eye. Oh my god, what an experience. As we were there taking pictures of these Noctilucent clouds, we could hear another couple of guys on the other side of the beach quite excited. So we went out over to have a look, and the beach was just lighting up as the waves were lapping against the shore. It was just lighting up an amazing electric blue colour. Now sadly I don't have any footage of this because it was lost on my memory card, and I do have this image which I managed to capture. Now this image, there's a little rocky outcrop, and the waves were just lapping against it, and the water was just glowing blue. So following that, like I said, I tried to get footage, but I couldn't get any, which was a shame, because I really wanted to get some. But after that, made my way home, come back down, put my memory card on my computer, and that's when disappointment struck. That's when I realised I've got nothing. I've got no footage, nothing at all. My heart sank. But hey, it's one of those things. It happens from time to time. Unfortunately, the camera I use for video doesn't have dual memory card slots, so it only has the one. So I didn't take too much with me to save on weight, because I was at a hike to where I planned to camp, so I didn't want to go carrying too much weight. So it's a lesson learned for next time, but we'll cross that bridge again when we come to it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I do apologise, this video seemed to be a mishmash all thrown together, but if you stuck with it to the end, thank you. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll get some more content coming up throughout the summer and the remainder of the year. Thanks again.